everybody. What's going on? Master King Chef J right here, and I appreciate you guys watching. Today, we're gonna do my version of a surf and turf. We're gonna do filet mignon, and we're gonna do a seafood stuffed mashed potatoes. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. Welcome back, guys. So we're gonna get into the seasoning of the filet mignon. So come on over here. Now, when you're doing these filet mignons, you want to make sure that you bring them out of the refrigerator so they can get room temperature. That helps the filet mignon cooks evenly throughout the filet. Okay? You want to make sure it's pat dry with a paper towel. You don't want it wet. You don't want that water on here. And now we're going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. And you want to be kind of generous with it, because I'm not going to add too much oil to the pan. You want olive oil all the way around the filet. Alright, now we want to season it. Now here I have some orange chipotle sea salt I'm going to season it with, and this is pretty much all the seasoning it's going to get is the salt and the fresh ground black pepper. So you want to kind of be generous with this. All the flavor is in the filet, so you don't want to over season it with a whole bunch of different seasonings. So just salt and pepper will do, and I'm using an orange chipotle sea salt for my filet mignon. And season it on all sides. Season it well, all sides. And then I have some peppercorns. I have red peppercorn, black peppercorn, white peppercorn, green peppercorn. And then I mashed it up in a burr mixer. Now I'm going to sprinkle the peppercorn all over the filet mignon. So, you hit it with salt and pepper. I'm just kicking it up a notch or two with the chipotle, orange, salt, sea salt, and the 4-color peppercorns. Okay, now we're gonna take these fillets, we're gonna bring them over here to this pan. We're gonna put a little bit of oil in the pan, not a lot. You want to be careful, guys. We're gonna take the filet mignon, we're gonna sear it. We're going to leave it, let it sear for at least 4 minutes on each side. Alright, y'all, so check it out. My fillets have been searing undisturbed for 4 minutes, alright? Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to flip them over. You see that sear right there? That's exactly what you want, a nice crust on the fillet. A nice crust. We're going to let that go for another 4 minutes, and then we're going to throw it in the oven. Welcome back, guys. So our fillets are in the oven right now. They're cooking right now, and I'm going to go into the seafood stuffed mashed potatoes. And I bet you're saying to yourself, how do you stuff mashed potatoes? Stick around and I'm going to show you. Right here I have some Yukon Gold potatoes. I have them in water. They're just boiling right now. Okay, now really quick, I'm going to make a parsley butter. Okay, I'm going to take some butter and I'm going to add a little bit of parsley to it. And you guys are going to see what I'm going to do with this a little bit later. I'm just going to mix this up really well. Just plain old parsley butter, okay? And I want this to get a little bit firm, so I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Right, so here we drained our potatoes, okay? Now I'm mashing them up real fine. And then let's go into the seasoning. We're going to add some of that parsley butter. Add a little bit of nutmeg, add a little bit of salt, and then we're going to add a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. And then we add an egg yolk to the mix. And that's just to give it a little bit more creamy flavor. Now we're going to set these to the side. They are ready to go right into now the seafood stuffing for the mashed potatoes. We'll put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Make sure your pan is hot. Then we're going to add mushrooms and asparagus. I'm gonna saute that for a couple minutes. And I'm gonna take these asparagus here that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put these off to the side a little bit. We're gonna saute this. Add a little salt and pepper. And mushrooms take up a lot of oil, so make sure you got enough oil in there to capture all the mushrooms. I'm gonna let that saute for a couple minutes. Now I'm gonna add the garlic. And the reason I add the garlic now is because garlic cooks pretty fast. And then I'm gonna add the tomatoes. And this is our stuffing. I'm also gonna add some lobster meat. Some scallops. And some shrimp. I'm gonna get a little bit more olive oil. A little bit more salt and pepper. A little bit more lobster meat. We're gonna let that cook. I'm also gonna add a little bit of my parsley butter in here. I'm gonna let that cook, and I'm gonna cover this up, and I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes. And our stuffing for our mashed potatoes is going to be done. This smells so good, guys. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. It's gonna taste even better. Now let's take a taste of this stuffing for my mashed potatoes. Wow. You already know. That's fire. That's straight fire. Alright, let's check on those fillets. These have been cooking for about 10-15 minutes. It's a nice medium, right? Now, we gotta take these out and we gotta let them rest. You don't wanna cut into a steak as soon as it's done. You gotta let it rest. I'm gonna take this fillet out, set it right here and let it rest. Doesn't that look good? Alright, so let's come over here and start building this dish. Let's take our mashed potatoes that we're gonna stuff with seafood. Let's build up as high as possible. And we're gonna make a little indentation in the middle because we want to put seafood in the middle of it. So, make our mashed potatoes, make a little indent, build around it. Okay. See, I got a little pocket right here for the seafood. And we're gonna build around it. Okay. Put it inside. Mashed potatoes, the lobster, the scallops, the shrimp, the tomatoes, the asparagus. Looks so lovely. Alright. Take a little lobster there, put it on top. Another one, put it on top. Seafood stuffed mashed potatoes. Just like I told you guys. Okay. Beautiful fillet. I'm gonna put it up right here. Up against the steak like that. Okay. You can't have this. You're gonna put some of the seafood running down the fillet. Alright. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this butter. Throw it on top like that so it can melt. I'm gonna take my asparagus that I built, put it over here like this here. I'm gonna add some crispy bacon all over here because bacon, everything's better with bacon, right? So we garnish this with a little bit of crispy bacon. And this is Applewood smoked bacon, just in case you might want to know. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of chopped parsley. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Master King Chef Gerard's Filet Mignon, baby. With seafood stuffed mashed potatoes, sauteed asparagus, topped with chopped bacon. Alright guys, always keep God first in your life and everything will fall into place. Thank you for watching and God bless.